thank you for accepting our invitation today for Geneva Business News here in Geneva. To get started, please tell us about yourself, VR People, and how it came about.
With pleasure. Thank you for coming in, Vicky. Well, my background is actually in commodities. I did 12 years in commodity in 3 different companies. I then switched into recruitment, which I equally did 12 years in various companies. And this summer, I set up my own structure with my partner, James Dunsterville.
How, at VR People, do you differentiate yourself from the others?
We are a niche executive recruitment company, servicing few but well. We are experienced professionals with a vast and solid knowledge of the commodity sphere and in constant contact, knowing who's doing what. At Agri-News and with the global grains events and energy events, we're in relationship with many of the decision makers in the business. That is a huge advantage. But also with AgFlow, we're in contact with the Y generation in the business. So in a nutshell, we know the market, we understand the business, we understand the jobs. That's why we can deliver quality candidates.
How do you work and why?
Well, first of all, we don't shoot CVs from the hip. We interview every candidate. And yes, you're laughing, but we do interview every candidate and write up a report if they match the job and send it on to the company, not without the approval of the candidate. Now, equally important it is, and this many people forget, is to know that we need to sell the company to the candidate as well, especially if the candidate is a passive job seeker. That means we have to spend time with the company and the people, the hiring managers and the line managers, to understand not only the job spec, but the soft skills, the characters of the people with whom this person will be working with. These policies make the hiring process more successful and the match lasting longer.
What are your typical candidates?
Well, VR People believes that successful candidates want control of their own future. We connect prime candidates with prime companies. With information at your fingertips, we prefer to work with passive candidates versus active candidates. To support that, we have the VR People Pursual newsletter, if you want. It's a list of candidates that have come to us for an advisory role, and that's what we take on. And this list we send out periodically to our friends and recruiting companies.
What advice can you give to young professionals entering the commodity trade today?
Well, if I was them, I would try and join one of the business programs, one of the business schools, either the GTSA or HEC or HESSO, and get a diploma. Then I would target one of the big companies, multinational, with multi-products and an A1 reputation. I recommend to stay about 3 years in one of these companies. That'll look excellent on your CV, you'll build up a good professional network, and you'll be well respected in the market. Actually, we spend a lot of time with young people who are interested in the commodity trade. My partner, James Dunsterville, is just down there at the business school, the HESSO, the students that are working for the Diploma in Advanced Studies in Commodity Trade. Myself, I'll go down there at the end of the term and give a lecture on best practices in recruitment.